Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Crayfish. Today, this is a must-watch video. Super urgent, guys. We are looking at what Bitcoin is doing, how it's breaking out past potentially 94K here, and what that means for altcoin season. When is altcoin season? Is Ethereum dead in the water? What is going on? So let's start with the basics here. We're going to start with Bitcoin chart. You can see that we've kind of had this nice consolidation range over the past week or so. If we go out to a monthly chart, yeah, so you can see since we hit our last high on November 13th, we've been kind of consolidating up here. So exactly a week. And now we are clearly taking out this horizontal resistance at the previous high. Okay, so we are making new all-time highs on Bitcoin right now. And that's huge. That really, it's going to push us likely up towards 100K. I'd be surprised if we don't have some more need for consolidation before actually seeing a six-figure number. But, Bitcoin has surprised before. So we'll kind of see there. The really interesting part about this, guys, is you might notice that Bitcoin is absolutely hauling, right? It's doing a great job, but it doesn't feel like altcoins have the same level of euphoria. You can find ones here or there. Dogecoin's been doing great because of Elon Musk. The Trump trade has affected that, things like that. But overall, the market just doesn't feel that frothy on the altcoin side. And a perfect example is this Ethereum BTC chart, right? We are actively dropping off a cliff here. So let me show you, right? As Bitcoin, and it's interesting because this has happened before, as Bitcoin is making new highs, Ethereum BTC is absolutely capitulating to newer lower lows. So the last example of this was this massive spike up to 0.04 on the ETH BTC chart. And then the next week we just bled as Bitcoin rallied 10% in a week. So that's kind of what we're seeing again right now. And you can see this is a pretty strong breakdown, guys. This is, so our previous low was right here at 033, I believe it was 5.8. That's where it actually went down to, or 5.7. I'll try and get it. Yeah, right about there. And you can see we just clearly broke below that, right? We can go to the 1 day, expand. And this is showing pretty clearly capitulating to new lows. We're already down in the 033s. And like we've talked about in past charts, here's kind of our next levels based on historical charts. So the fact that we just broke this, we're probably headed towards that 315. We could always get a bounce in the meantime, but I think that's a fair expectation, especially if Bitcoin really breaks through 94 and gets cooking up towards 96, 97, those types of numbers. So it is really interesting to watch how Ethereum BTC is actually breaking down more on Bitcoin pumps than dumps right now. And then during the dumps, it kind of gets a little bit of a bounce. So that to me just means Bitcoin's moving now and altcoins will move later. When will altcoin season be? I think a few things need to come into play. One is we probably need quantitative easing from the Fed, which could happen in the next few months. But I don't think we're really going to see full altcoin season until then. And I think Trump is huge for that. So Trump really is going to try and make money easier to get, lower interest rates. That could potentially have negative impacts on inflation, but that won't be for a little while. And so I think Trump coming into office in January could really start to instigate that altcoin switchover, which gives us a few months or about a month to accumulate here. I would say you want to be taking advantage of these dips and drops as they come because you never know how many more you're going to get. And at some point, especially if Bitcoin starts ripping over 100K, I think that brings a lot of retail interest back. And that's one of the things. You often need a big headline news event to really start bringing retail traders back. Retail traders are who create Altseason, guys. It's not the hedge funds. It is us degenerates. And at the end of the day, I'm not much of an altcoin trader, but there are a lot of people who really want to make that 100x move. They want to try and choose out of 150 coins or a few thousand coins what's going to be the outperformer. I frankly find it gambling, and I think most people are aware it's kind of gambling, and that's what's fun about it, right? That's what they enjoy about it. And so frankly, I think we need a market really strong news story in order to bring a lot of that retail back and actually instigate alt season. And I would guess that's Bitcoin above 100K. I think that's probably our most likely event at this point. The only other thing I could see is, stuff like Gary Gensler getting kicked out of the SEC and someone really pro crypto getting put in. More things to have to do with the Trump administration and how he'll affect the altcoin season. I'll do a more specific video on what the Trump trade and altcoin season really looks like under Trump later this week, but just wanted to kind of cover as it was happening the ETH BTC breakdown here. For me, I want to take advantage of these opportunities, right? I've been clear that I'm loading into the market. I have a saying right now, $2,000 a day keeps the doctor away. So I figured we could go buy some more of a position for me together right now. So here I am. I'm over on my Fidelity, trying to avoid showing any personal information. So that's why it's all zoomed in. And we are going to look at ETH, right? We're at 21.135. Let's buy. I do have, almost 27K in right now, guys. But remember, I'm trying to get up to around 80. So I've got a ways to go. I want to keep moving in before Christmas. It is a lot of money, but you start to get kind of numb to it. So let's just do a 10 share buy right now. No, not 10, 100 for $2,000. We're going to do just a market order because at this point, the bid ask isn't massive. It's got enough volume. Time force day. We'll hit preview here, place order. So that just fulfilled. Pretty exciting stuff. And I'll do kind of an update at some point in the next few weeks as I really get to the point where I've got a lot more capital into the markets. But just showing you guys how, don't get too caught up in the short-term moves. Remember what you're looking at. I think Ethereum, people ask, is it dead? No, I don't think it's dead. I think we've done this in past cycles. It's been really similar. I've been around watching as everyone says, oh, Ethereum's underperforming so much. We're really not going to see it do well. It's going to die. There's talk of, the flippening now with Solana and Ethereum. Everyone's like, oh, Solana's going to surpass Ethereum in market cap. I really don't think that's true, guys. I think Ethereum is battle tested. It's been around a long time. And frankly, it's right in line with what it's done in other cycles. So you just got to know that and stick to that conviction and trust the market cycles in order to be buying at these prices when, Bitcoin's breaking out and Ethereum's not even moving. This is the Ethereum USD chart, guys. I mean, it's been a little bit dismal, honestly. Let me try and get this for you guys. This is in the way. Yeah, so if we look at like a 1 month. Yeah, so I mean, this gives you a good kind of visual of, we really have just been range bound for a while here. Bitcoin's breaking out and Ethereum's just been kind of stuck below this, pinned between 3,000 and 3,200 at resistance for, the last week. And it's nowhere close to even this high. And then if you zoom out even more, we're even farther away from our all-time high in the mid 4,000s or the high 4,000s here. right? I mean, look how high this high is. We're so far away from an all-time high. And that's awesome, right? That's when you want to be buying, not when it's breaking out to new all-time highs. Not that Bitcoin won't continue to perform, but it will perform much less. Your returns will be much smaller. So here's kind of that chart. You can see Bitcoin or Ethereum USD has yet to break out of this lower high structure, and ETH BTC is going to new lows. So not financial advice. I'm taking advantage, and hope you enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys